mobile home parks and swimming pools and recreation uses. I think that's, we're gonna have to start up a board on that. Do we have to enforce that now, or who's gonna be enforcing it?
Well, at least I got two.
I have no idea.
Two members. Yeah, I got spots on the board, and we got no one.
Hey, Brian.
And I didn't see the Brian.
Yeah, they're
Oh, yes.
number
Oh,
9.
there's another one.
I don't know, yeah, I forget the name.
Okay. The
Name
Northern
of this
Volunteer
slow
Program.
reading.
And I worked with
Jody,
Jody.
we got one for the, the
These 2 here, we both are.
4th of July.
So you need to go online.
No, yeah, I know,
County
So that's.
Well,
Joey's just usually pretty good about.
and sign up.
I forgot to call.
The book thrilled. I just, if I can say what I wanna say, she might come back before.
More than that.
It is 6 p.m. We'll call this meeting to order. Roll call, please.
Brown,
Yes.
Gaston, here,
Here,
Edmonds,
he is absent.
Master Lawrence.
Absent.
Thank you.
We'll observe a moment of silence. Okay, please rise for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, a copy of the Open Meetings Act is posted, on the wall out here as you enter. It's also in pamphlet form and online on the website listed on the Open Meetings Act. We'll move on to number 5, consent agenda. A is approved May 12th, 2026 regular meeting minutes. B is approved golf board recommendation to renew John Scavdall and Jeremy Kennedy as board members. And C, approve city clerk Terry Miller applying for the Municipal Accounting and Finance Conference videos for continuing education hours. Do I have a motion?
I make a motion, we approve A, B, and C of the consent agenda.
I'll second it. It's been moved and seconded, call roll.
Gaston,
Yes.
Braun,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't need you, right?
Yeah, you do.
I do need you. Dean.
Yes.
Should have said yes instead of, sorry about that. Deep in thought.
Reports, hospital,
Did not meet this month.
okay. Ponderosa Villa.
We did meet, and I did not bring my meat minutes. Can you, Raylene, step up
Well, I don't,
and help me out here? We've got,
well, I think she had 29 in or 27.
she had all.
We made $2,000.
Yeah.
That's at least.
Yeah, and, well, 29 beds are filled on the general side, and the 3 on the living side,
Assisted
assisted living. So we have 32 beds total filled.
Yeah,
Yeah, we had a positive again, it wasn't a lot, but we had a positive, 2,000. They're still looking at expanding. I think she got approval from,
we got approval from fire marshal to approve 8 more rooms for rehab and hospice.
right, and so that'll bring in,
Well, if we can fill them.
if we can fill them, she's been doing an awesome job, I'm really impressed, so. Met some of the agency people, which was very nice. Yeah, it was, productive meeting, so, moving on.
Okay. Swan,
I did not make that meeting.
you did not? Okay. And NNDC, that's April's deal, so she's not here, so we'll move on. To number 6, ordinances and resolutions, discuss, approve, disapprove, resolution number 2026-16, authorizing and directing the mayor and the city clerk / treasurer to sign all documents as may be required in processing or completing the USDA Rural Development Water and Environmental Search Grant. So this is the grant that we talked about like a year ago, almost.
We've been working through the process and currently the website for the grant is all messed up. So all the work we had done to get us registered and all of that, so that JDO could put all their documents in, all their reports. Yeah, the feds have messed it up, so we're waiting for them to fix it.
Great.
Once all the paperwork starts rolling in, we just need to be able to be signed to get it going, cause it'll just be a bunch of back and forth.
Okay.
So you're taking pretty much, you're just gonna have the mayor and you be the ones to sign off on these documents,
Yeah,
not the city clerk, or the city council?
Right.
Council will
Cause
not be.
it's mostly, they're gonna ask mostly for the mayor's signatures, some things I'll be able to sign without them going through. It's not accepting a grant or anything, it's just getting the grant, paperwork in to apply for it is what we're doing right now. So that's really, and it's just a plethora of paperwork.
And
And
the
we've
way it
been
was
working on
explained
it.
to us through JEO is this is a 100% grant. It's
$30,000.
it's $30,000 to have the engineer come through and tell us what we need to fix, or identify all the
That we just
water
had
and
this.
sewer issues that need fixed,
You mean like pipelines? I mean, street,
everything.
This is, okay, so this is for the street is what you're looking at, not.
Water
Not
plant.
the water plant.
No, it
Because
is
we
water.
just had
That
it
is
done
the
with the
water.
water plant and all that, right? We just spent money on having all that addressed.
We spent money through that company,
For the SCADA system.
for the SCADA system, and they said this is what it's gonna take to get their system up and going, but this identifies, fixes, there are big issues with the filtration system, cause it's an aluminum, structure, right, and the water is just eating through the sides of it, and so, yeah, all that piping, and then, they're supposed to look at the fire hydrants and everything else through town as well.
Okay.
It's really the money for the JEO report
Mhm.
for us then to go forward. And that 30,000 they said would cover their report. So they're motivated helping us get this search grant.
Well, it's been at it for a year.
But we need it. Yeah, we've been at
Okay,
it.
I wonder how motivated they are.
They have been doing pretty good, but our problem has been USDA.
Okay.
They changed all their login stuff, so it's causing a bunch of problems with all the federal.
Well, I'll move that we, approve resolution number 2026-16, authorizing and directing the mayor and the city clerk to sign all documents as required in processing including USDA Rural Development Water and Environmental Search Grant.
I'll second.
Been moved and seconded, call roll.
From
Yes.
Justin?
Yes.
Steve?
Yes.
Thank you.
New business, number 7, update on new Dawes County volunteer program presented by Martha Quay.
hello, everybody. I think most everybody here knows me. So, good news, we've got about 130 volunteers in Dawes County signed up. And we have 16 sites so far, and in Crawford, it's the Vietnam Wall, Ponderosa Villa, Western Wildlife, and Post Playhouse. And the couple I'm waiting for is the museum and the senior center. And how does the information booth run? Is it volunteers or is it paid people?
It's paid, it's paid as the Chamber of Commerce.
So you don't have no volunteers? Alright, scratch that one out then. I have 6 volunteers and 2 board members here today too. Any questions?
So you guys are taking place of
RSVP. Well, yeah,
Do you have a brick and mortar then, or
yeah, it's the veterans office,
veterans office?
yeah, I do both, so.
In Shattuck?
At 242 Main Street.
Okay.
And if the people who have not signed up yet, you can go to the Dawes County website and you can sign up as a volunteer.
So the county commissioners are the governing part.
Yeah.
We're under the county commissioners.
Yeah, Dawes County, so
Yeah.
you guys just, the city here in the city of Chadron just gives the money to Dawes County and then they pay me and pay my bills.
The other, that Roger Campbell has gotten volunteers through, for the wall. He's gotten volunteers through the Dawes County volunteers to do some of that stuff.
So your organization helps coordinate finding volunteers? So
Yes.
that list that you listed off are those people that you're trying to find volunteers for?
Yeah, and what we do is when, say, Barb here, she does the quilts, she's a quilter, and so I gave Carrie Johnson, well, you are a quilter, I gave Carrie Johnson her name to come sit at the quilt show at the, information desk.
I see, okay, very good.
You said the money goes from here to the commissioners, what money are you talking about, Martha?
The city, I can't remember how much they donate to the Dawes County budget. Chadron pays
It's money that the
15,000.
city pays.
What's that?
How much? It's money that they pay on like their taxes that goes to the Dawes County.
Oh,
So it's not money from the city's budget?
no,
It's
I
other
don't
money?
think so.
I've been,
Where is
No,
it?
it's through Dawes County, so
Oh.
it's
But like,
their budget money through Dawes County.
is it the
not-
lodging tax that pays for it?
I don't know which tax it specifically comes from, but it's the taxes that the city is already paying to the county for whatever.
And
It's
the
not
thing,
some way budget for us, so.
and the other thing I kind of think we need to bring up is that, RSVP was over 5,500 vote for the donors. We're working towards making this everybody, there's no age limit, and once we get things going pretty well, we're gonna talk to the schools and stuff.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Get
And we
kids-
don't have the restrictions on us.
Yeah, so.
Basically, if we can find a site that needs people, and we got people that's willing to volunteer,
Yeah,
Well,
Yeah,
besides
you
through
don't have to be
RSVP.
a charity organization to get.
So
Through
boards-
RSVP, the organizations that the volunteers got credit for had to be under a specific
501c3.
guidelines and had to be blah, blah, blah. This way, if somebody needs volunteers,
So like the board, like, I don't, not the park board, but help me out here, like chamber needs help, I mean, that's a 501c3.
let me know.
Sure.
And I can get a list of volunteers sent to them. I don't even know who's in charge of the chamber anymore, so. Well, but, now I know. But yeah, if you want to sign up on the Dawes County website too, there's a site one, we can do it. And say that someone needs a lawn job done. I can find someone to do it.
Awesome.
Cause I've got, a veteran that needed help with this lawn cooler, he needs trees cut down so he can get in and he's old. I mean, so I asked another vet, and he signed him up, of course, to see if he'd go do it, and he's gonna do it. So, and that's not gonna cost the first vet anyway.
well, it could be like fiddler's contest.
Oh,
Mhm.
yeah.
That's
All
what
that
I
kind of
was,
stuff.
right.
We just need this people, the organization to sign up on
Like
that.
the Wachipi and the Fiddler contest.
Yeah.
and-
And all the
dancing.
people know that that's going again, and there's volunteers available if you need help.
So who do we reach out to? Do you have a phone number?
It's 308-432-0119, and I usually answer at Dawes County Veterans, not volunteers, veterans, cause I do both.
Is this a cell number or is
No,
this?
that's the office.
Is it a landline?
Yeah, we have more flexibility in what we can do, like volunteering and helping somebody clean up a yard and stuff, as opposed to what we could do under RSVP is probably the biggest difference between
That's
this.
awesome.
We're not under a government, what would you call it?
Entity. I
You know,
mean, yeah.
Restrictions.
Mhm.
We don't have any restrictions on how we volunteer. Now, when we signed up as volunteers, we could, well, like for me, I signed up that I wanted to do stuff in Crawford because I don't wanna drive to Chadron and volunteer. Unless, I mean, there's certain things that, you know, like the quilt
The
show
quilt
and
show.
stuff.
Yeah,
But what I'm saying is each person kind of can fill in what they're willing to do or what that way she has a guideline on, okay, I need somebody for this person's willing to do this.
So you kind of have a list of jobs on your
Mhm.
resume, I
Yep.
guess is what you're kind of.
Everyone that signs up as volunteer fills out of what they would like to do and stuff, so she
There's
has
bell
that available
ringers.
to her.
gardening.
Yeah.
I can't even think of anything else, I look at it so
And
much.
there's there was a list of all the, like the Post Playhouse, the Villa.
And that's the other thing about getting people that have a site, those sites will then take the response, she can give them a list of names, but then those sites will do the calling to get the volunteers, so it's not, so she doesn't spend all her hours calling everybody.
It's amazing.
So
Yeah.
Jess,
That's a great program.
are there volunteers helping Bev out at the chamber?
Bev works 35 hours a week.
She has nobody
She's
helping her?
contract labor.
She's contract labor.
Okay, I just
She
wondered if
does-
somebody
She
went
does
in
have people that she contacts,
Mhm.
like, Colleen Stamen is one, and someone else that just comes in if she needs a day off or if she's gonna be gone.
So
Have-
there's your
But
volunteer.
Tell them to sign
They,
up.
she just pays them from her paycheck.
Oh, she does, so it's all paid out there.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
if you go on a volunteer like this, it's here, it's a contract labor, chamber gets certain funds to run that. And we pay our help now, as a volunteer, can we pay them or do we pay you? How does that
Yeah,
work?
see, there
Cause we
used to
have to
be-
show that it's paid out, that it's sent
Yeah.
out.
There used to be a stipend for the RSVP, volunteers, but we're not doing that, it's just gonna be easier just to do it, no limit.
Jessica, correct me if I'm wrong. Bev is a contracted employer, and if she wants time off, that, because her contract is figured upon her minimum hours and all of that, so if she has somebody come in for a half a day, she sub-pays them, that's within her, because she's under a contracted amount to provide the service for the summer.
Okay, so if you would've not had that and just used volunteers for it, we could've helped you.
Well, it could've, but then we lose the, grant funding we get from the travel board
Yeah.
for manning.
That's a lodging tax then, isn't it?
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
travel
part
board
of it.
comes out of the lodging tax.
Yes.
So if somebody went in and wanted to help with the flowers, that would be something that could be volunteer
They could,
If
yeah.
they want to.
and not paid.
Yes.
Okay, then
And
that would,
Bev takes care of all the flowers, they just got a whole bunch donated from the Amish, and so she's been up there putting them in, and it's just part of their
Part of
part
her.
of their job.
Okay.
I was gonna say, if she finds or she can't keep it up, we can send volunteers for that, but not paid.
And see, like, the city goes up and they do the mowing and weed eating,
It's city property, it's under
Mhm.
city.
so.
I just did, I thought that'd be a good site, but that's not.
Well, it may come down to in the future, we need to do it that way.
It could, yeah, if we were to ever to lose the grant, the funding that, goes to it, but that's, we just met today, and that's what that money is for, is to pay the person to man the booth, because we have a contract under the travel board and the commissioners.
Well, even
That's
that caboose up there, we're trying to figure out how we're gonna do that, maybe that's something that can be tackled too, you know, so. Basic rates that just wash it.
Well, I'm working with the railroad.
Are you still?
Yes, Yes, the railroad will pay, last time they paid for the paint and they actually paid to have the window fixed. So
We don't have
we're
anybody paying, Creighton doesn't want to try it, but.
Yeah.
So.
And then last time they had their guys come and do it, the painting.
Creighton said he did. Oh, no, he
No,
put the decals
He
on.
put he and Joe
Okay.
put the decals on it, but they sent their guys up to do the paint.
And that would be something that volunteers could do, as long as it wasn't paid gap.
So
Cause I
it's-
have people that are willing to work outside and do whatever.
So in the past, Roger and my son Jody did some work. I believe that was all volunteer.
Yes, bathrooms were done and we had some work. I worked on it for a little bit. Yeah, there's been volunteers do that, but,
Okay.
so, thank you, Martha, we appreciate it.
Any other questions? I mean, if you have any places in town that you can think of for sites besides the one I named, I would love to hear it.
About all I can think of. So,
And I don't know if the city ever uses volunteers.
I don't know how that would work on a board, I don't know, like the park board or the spots we need to fill, golf board, but I mean, they're not paid, they're volunteer, but.
yeah, we do have multiple vacancies on different boards,
Okay.
so.
I'll send you a list.
Sounds good, and I would tell you my email address, but hey, guess what, I cannot remember it. I wanna say it's Dawes County Volunteers at Gmail, is that right?
I could probably figure it out.
I think I really need to get business.
High tech, isn't it?
Yeah, and I have a hard time remembering my veterans one, I've had it for 6 years, so my memory is not the best. And we do meet, right now we're meeting once a month, I think this is gonna be the last one until August or September, take the summer off, so if anybody wants to come over, it's usually the second Monday of the month at 1 o'clock at my office at 1042. Is that right?
What is the next meeting?
It's the 8th.
So
The
it's the
second
second
Monday,
at 1 o'clock.
1 o'clock,
July 8th.
Veterans Administrator.
July, cause it's budget time. And we're trying to figure out, we have gone, with everything I'm going to be buying by the end of June, we're gonna be going to the 15,000 for the half a year. And we will be, our next budget is 36,500. So, we've gotta figure that one out, which is not gonna take much to take it out.
Do you volunteer as money to people?
I will. I told him to give me some more. Anything else, guys?
Thank you, Martha.
Yep, the peanut gallery, any questions?
What'd you just call us?
The peanut gallery.
That's what I thought. I'll tell you, we all need a little bit of Martha Claire.
She has been saying that since I worked at Northwest Community Action.
She did call you her monkeys.
I'm good with her, like I say, we all need a little bit of Martha.
Volunteer, Dawes County.
And just CO.
That's what Troy says. I don't wanna hear from the peanut
At
gallery.
Gmail.
Thank you.
And that'll get it to Martha.
Okay,
Yeah, you need some,
moving on, number 8, discuss, approve, disapprove Chambers request for 4th of July events.
I'm just hoping you guys will approve to shut Second Street down from
Our normal parade route.
normal parade route.
So essentially,
First
First
Street
Street
to
to
Haddock.
Haddock to Second, Second to Main, Main to First, and then kind of back around to First.
Parade starts at 10, it's usually over by 11. And then also, the no parking in the,
And if we can't do no parking, if we could do just one side in the park of like fire lane or whatever. You get too many people parking in there on both sides, you have kids running around, and if we have an emergency down in there, you're not gonna get an ambulance in there, and we've struggled, I mean, we've had the sheriff's rope it off, people go down and take it down, but if we could have like fire lane put up where people don't park.
You're talking about as they go in and go
Yes,
out.
you know, at least on one side, let them park on one side, but not double parking on
How
it.
do you enforce that?
Can you
I
put,
mean,
just put up a sign that says no parking?
We did
Oh, I
that
know.
last
We
year.
did.
We
People
took it
just
down.
take it down, and by the time the sheriffs
I don't-
get down there,
I don't know.
they're gone. The people, you know, they're not gonna come back and move their vehicle
I
and,
don't
Would you
know.
allow me to spray paint red on the dirt and say fire lane
That don't
on
sound.
one side?
Well,
I mean, it might not stop them, but then it's like a fire lane, and
yeah.
if the
I
police
mean,
come
if
through.
we could, I know that there's signs up currently that say fire lane, but if we could somehow take some caution tape and just go clear out and around, like with cones or something, and just build it out so that they can't park on the inner side.
Your park board, right?
Well,
Your park board.
To have a couple
Yeah.
volunteers stand down there with a vest
That would
and
be
say,
the great thing, is if we could get some
no parking
volunteers,
here.
and maybe we could work with one of the Dawes County volunteers to stop them from parking on the inner side of the loop. But that would be the biggest help in that area.
I have her email, we can take it.
I'll get with you.
Okay.
I don't really wanna close up the whole bag.
Not the whole-
Gets to be so many
She's
people.
talking
in
Well,
about
there.
where you go
just-
through that
I
one
understand, I
channel.
understand that, but.
Just on the inside of it. People can park on the, as you go in there, they can park on the east side, like where the Camco building, you know, that portion of it. But you get them parking on the inside and that side, I mean,
Well,
it's tight.
The
And you
first-
still have to allow people to get down to the
Yeah,
camp.
the first areas are probably the worst, just
Yeah.
in so many feet, and then it's not bad after.
Yeah,
Right, after you get through where it widens out,
Yeah.
I think that's fine. But like you say, now you can't park double sideward going in the main area, or going around the
Yeah,
first turn,
around
you can't do that, but there's plenty of room after that for people to park on both sides.
just if there's some way of stopping some of it.
I
Like I
agree
said,
with you going
it's just,
into it.
if you have to have a rescue unit coming in there, you're not gonna get them through there.
No.
And then who's gonna be liable?
What's it been like each year for the past 5?
Train wreck.
It's been parking on both
Yeah.
sides.
Like I said,
What about-
people just don't pay attention, they don't care.
What
They just
about painting the
park where they want.
where you don't paint them red?
But there's not posts all the way down there. Part of it's right there, like where the river's at, before you ever even get to the post.
There's a sign there going in that they can't park there, but they ignore it because somebody else will start there and pretty soon.
Yeah,
so
and like I said, by the time someone gets
I-
down there, you know, like, that I've been able to get down there, the people have already unloaded their vehicle and they've disappeared, and you go and try to find them, they're like, I'm not gonna go,
If we
you know,
have
it's just
4 or
like
5
park
people
your
with
rodeo,
a
they're not gonna come back.
semi-important looking vest that you could put out there and say, you know, and monitor that area, you have to move on, you can't park here. I think that's,
Well, and maybe
I
that's
don't
where
know
we'll
that
work
we
with the
could-
Dawes County.
I don't think monitoring that whole, it just, there's plenty of room down to the south, there's plenty of room down there, we're not utilizing that. So we just
Well,
let
there's
people.
plenty of parking to
parking
the
down
south,
there,
there's
and then
plenty of
people
parking
parking on
where
the
the
west
old,
side too.
the north end. It's just that inner loop, and like I said, kids are not, they don't pay
Just-
attention.
So basically, you're talking about from when you come around the corner to go in there, down till you get to the other side of
Where white's not white.
the Camco building,
Well,
where you
where
start
there's
going.
actually poles that it signalize parking, get the people to stop parking
Oh,
on
I
the
think
curb there.
Mhm.
Couple hundred feet.
Yeah,
I don't
and
think that's a bad idea. I just-
I'll get a hold of Martha and see if there's something that we can work out.
And then what else is that on your
Um,
list now?
I
I
think
think there was
that's-
something else. I think the park crew might have the parade route signs where it tells people to go. So I'll get a hold of Kevin to get
Yeah,
those.
I'm pretty sure he has that.
Yeah, so we can get
And then
those.
I'll have my employees put them up, so. Okay. Yeah, I think that's it.
So yeah, basically, basic Fourth of July route closings.
Does the city put up all the barriers then?
No, the
Usually the
sheriff's
sheriff's
department,
department
or
So we have to reach out to the sheriff's department.
the chamber has.
Chamber has, you guys will, and, I guess, I don't have a problem with everything, it's just the same old status quo, I think that's a good idea for reaching out to volunteers. Because the park gets to be a mess.
And I'll visit.
Is there-
with Marcia and see if she's got a list.
We've had people park, now that Richardson's or the sale barn's got the scale on there, I don't know how many, you don't need people driving up and down around in there, you know? Cause that used to be a parking area for people.
Yeah,
There's
people-
still that space though,
Yeah, we own the
behind
other
their
side.
lot.
We own the other side. Yes.
Exactly.
Yes, we could put a parking in there.
Maybe
I
a
don't know.
sign or something, so people will know, but yeah.
That's private.
we just don't
property.
want them driving up on the
We
scale
don't
and
need
getting
them driving,
away.
I centered on the scales.
You know, they might wanna put a fence across, you know, one of those orange fences
Yeah,
across their scales,
reach
just
out
to make sure.
So, parking is gonna be an issue this year, especially being the 250th. Got a lot of plans, so.
Well, we need to get signage that says you can park on the south side of Main Street. But, I mean, they have private property, no trespassing signs around the scale. No, they're not.
And it
But
might just be.
It is their problem, they park there.
That
I
is
mean,
true.
it's
It's
not,
not the city's problem.
it is the sheriff's department that should nail them, correct? They're,
Should-
Well,
should
but
have
the
some
thing
type
that
of-
you need
It's
to
not
remember is a
necessarily-
lot of the people that park there are not people that are necessarily
this area.
from here, that know that it is now private property.
But there's signs.
So,
But-
there, but they
Just
park
like
there
anywhere,
before,
there's
and
signs
if they
and you
see,
park there.
they see one vehicle there, you're gonna have
You're
more.
still
signs.
responsible.
and maybe
for
Robertson's
signs.
is on it, maybe they've already
Yeah,
figured
we
out
can,
what
I
they
can
did.
talk to them, but I like Martha's idea, I mean, we get snow fence and put it around and make that easy. I just, you know, there's just limited parking, I've watched people, the older people there having to walk clear in from off of Main Street up by Gibbons and walking all the way in there, cause there is no parking. So it gets to be an issue, so we start
Well,
kicking
and there's
people
no
out.
problem with dropping people off, I mean, drop them
And I
off
think that's
and
what probably.
pull one
needs to
out and
be
find somewhere else, you know,
dropped them.
elsewhere to park. I
That's-
mean, it's-
I agree, I've watched it happen before,
yeah.
and I'm thinking, yeah. So I'm okay with shutting down the fire lane if we wanna reach out and, put them in. For volunteers to monitor that part. I don't know if that's on the city to do that, you know, we just have to monitor, we just have to set it up.
And if someone
To
parks
block
there,
these
can't the
off.
sheriff give them a ticket?
Well,
In theory.
they're so spread and so thin, yeah, they don't. With alcohol and other stuff that they're monitoring, I think it's probably the lowest thing on their thing
Well,
to worry
like I
about.
said,
Cause they didn't address it all last year, or the year before.
just sign up for the site and we'll talk.
Yeah, we'll get ahold of you.
Do we need to
Do I-
approve this?
yeah.
The street closure for the parade.
So I'll make a motion, we approve the closures as before, right? There's nothing really different since
Yeah.
prior closures, so. For the July 4th parade.
Second.
I'll second the motion.
It's been moved and seconded, please call roll.
Crum,
Yes.
Gaston, Dean.
Yes.
Okay, number 9, discuss, approve, disapprove the city purchasing a membership to the Chamber of Commerce.
So, in the past, the city has always paid a membership to, the chamber, or not always, I should say, but they have, in 24, they paid a membership, they paid a $400 membership because they fell under that category. The chamber is currently working on putting these together, these are binders that will be put out, we'll have 36 out at the fort, several at various Airbnbs, and it is open to members only. And it just basically kind of gives a rundown of businesses, what they offer, different things like that. So with your approval of the membership at the $200 rate, we put you guys in, for the golf course only, but if you want to expand further and start promoting like your, complex, the park complex, the motocross, you know, all those different things, you would have to go in at that 400 to, but this way it at least ways promotes the golf course and gets
Sure.
people in the door out there. So, anyways, but it's just something that we've been working on. I think we ended up with a total of 21 member ads and
I did run a couple numbers just to get an idea of marketing dollars versus, and you'd have to bring in 13,500 in sales tax to cover that 200. For us to get the 1.5% off sales tax, so when you're weighing out marketing dollars, sometimes you gotta look at that.
Can the golf course take it? Or
If
are
it
they,
was for
they're not
just
a
the golf
member?
course, I
It
think
would
we
be
need to
just
ask
the city.
them, right?
It would be the
Come out of their
city.
budget.
It's the city's,
All
city,
entities.
yeah,
of the
city
city.
operates it, so the city would be the one to.
But the golf course would have to decide it's part of their budget, cause it would only be for a golf course.
Mhm.
Just a thought.
Well, if it's that big of a deal, $200, I have got $138 check that I would go back to.
I'm just passing
I-
it on.
I understand that.
I'm not weighing in either way,
I
I'm just
understand
passing
that,
it on.
but
And
what
we
this is
hadn't paid it.
promoting, and what this is gonna bring in hopefully, and it's free to members, and eventually, they'd like to have it so you guys donate more, but I know that the city's broke, I understand that, but $200 for what this return is, I think it's pretty easy to
You think the
obtain.
return's like
I think we'll obtain,
13,500?
yes,
Okay,
I mean, that's my, you
Sure.
get people come in off, we have people come in, I don't know how many times wonder what there is to do in Crawford, Nebraska. No clue what to do. So this is gonna go out to the fort, this will go out to lodges, and people come up here to see family members and have no idea what there is to do. This is a promotion. So more money we can get spent in the community is more money retained and put back in the community. So
There are
that's
people from
that's
all-
easy, you can't get advertising for that
There
much.
are people all over the world that go through the tourist booth. So you need to have one of those others.
Oh, we will.
it is.
and I think we're in that that other thing that goes in all the hotel rooms, at least that's what we've been told too, that, western, it's a brochure,
Yeah, it's the Discover Northwest Nebraska.
that's it, and they tell us it's in all the hotel rooms too, so I don't know.
I guess the way I look at it is, is it gonna generate $13,000 at the clubhouse?
And we wanna get more people from
maybe
out
not,
there to come.
But by being part of the group, right, supporting the chamber, with supporting all the other businesses around here, we are gonna see a return on that investment, if you look at it that way.
I was just
Yeah.
presenting the info.
If you look out of the box, people that go into Perk Up and buy coffee, people that go to Pine Ridge and get gas or grab snacks, people that go to Heron Brothers to get some of their supplies, you're getting their tax dollar percentage, your 1.5 off of them, not just the golf course, but you're getting it off of these businesses and showing your return and your sponsorship and your support of your businesses. That is where you're gonna gain.
You nailed it, there you
I
go.
just have a marketing background.
I know.
So that's why I'm
But
saying,
that's what I'm
so
saying
that
too.
$200 generate us 13,500, if so, it's totally worth it.
Well, they used to have a flyer in the Crawford Clipper that went out to everybody who went through the Post Playhouse. And I always put an ad in there. And I had people even 2 or 3 years later call me, cause they were coming back to look for property. So it's not, maybe not instant, but some of them do, and they take them home and they'll call you years later.
And the thing is we still, every summer, we have people come into the clubhouse that say, well, I've been coming to Fort Robertson my whole life, I didn't even know there was a golf course here.
Yeah, they drive right by us.
They drive right by, yes.
This will also be digitally out on our website, on, the running digital ads, and if they get that, they're gonna put it on theirs. It's, you know, we're hoping to expand eventually and try to, but we do have some Chadron businesses that are in this, and so, you know, there's gonna be some Chadron kickback. You know, it's just, if we don't start sponsoring and supporting each other, the city supporting the businesses that keep us going and the businesses supporting the city, we're no longer gonna be.
Yeah.
And that's the bottom
And I
line.
think we do, we definitely try to, we gotta look at where our funds are going at the same place, if we're, you know, spending money to advertise in the same place, say the same hotel room over and over, 3 different publications, that we're not getting any bang for that, is all. And I'm just
Well,
presenting the other option.
there's 50 of
of
these
it.
that are being put together and distributed. So you take that $200 divided by 50. That does give you a little bit more bang for your buck than what you're thinking.
If it brings in for us, for sure.
So does the city pay for an ad in the Discover Northwest too, or you just have, okay?
Something like that, I just don't know how many people even pick up a magazine anymore. You know?
I know, like, we've got brochures galore in the city, you know, people who do come in and grab them, but not nearly what you would hope, you know, for sure.
So with this, does that mean that we need to pick a liaison that will attend chamber meetings?
I think it'd be great, it's a no-brainer, and like Jen says, we could get the chamber and the city cooperating together and working together, which, yeah, I think it's, I know, Terry, you say that we are, but we don't, as business owners, feel like that we're getting much support from the city. So I would think that would be,
What
it
other
would look good,
We work pretty closely with the chamber on a lot of things, but I mean,
businesses.
you don't think we work with the
I
businesses?
don't know. No, I think the city's been anti-business for a long time, that's why we're where we're at. It's been coming, so,
Decades.
not just this,
Right.
not just this last couple of years, this has been going on for a long time, we need to fix that.
I had someone put it to me in words that really kind of opened my eyes, when Pizza Hut shut down over in Chadron and Safeway. And they came into the Clipper and they said, Chadron's turning into Crawford. Crawford has turned into Harrison, and Harrison is just floating. So, you know,
We know
Harrison
what a
has now
complex
become
issue
the new
business.
Whitney. It's, you know, they have their bare bones business, and that's all they do, is they just stick to themselves.
They also have
They-
40 vacant homes in Harrison.
So, you know, it's, I mean, it's,
They don't
there's,
draw like what we do though.
There's no place for somebody to live if they wanted to move to Harrison.
yeah. So there's a lot of things that come into play, and sometimes, you know, you hear it as a business owner, sometimes you have to spend some money to make some money. And that's one of the biggest truths that there is. It's a struggle for all of us.
If this city's gonna stay afloat, they've got to invest in their businesses, it's just gonna have to happen. They've
Well,
got to reach a little bit more.
Ray's hometown in North Dakota is a town about size Crawford, but they're only 40 miles from mine. They have a hell of a time, they've got a co-op grocery store, they're the county seat, so they've got the courthouse. And they can't, you know, you might have one restaurant, you go up there over 5 years and everything's changed, all these stores closed down. It's not just us.
It's not just.
No, it's not.
It's
100%.
because of the internet, it's because of travel and all these things, so
But I really think
I
lately,
think what we have going for them is tourists.
with remote learning or remote work the way it is now, it's to our benefit. There's no reason we're not tapping into it. And our problem is we have a lot of dilapidated buildings that are falling down, they're being used as storage, the people just from out of town buy them and then use them as a tax write-off. So this is a lot deeper than just this, I agree, there's a lot more. The $200 to help our chamber and to help our community and show that they're all on board and working together, I think it's pretty small. And like I said, you can have this check back and void it, and I will pay part of it.
Totally.
No, you come out of that, so we gotta.
Well, you'll have to catch it.
Okay.
My question, Brian, you say the city needs
to work closer with the chamber? Just tell me what some of your thoughts are in that, cause I'm not sure I'm.
With the chamber, with the businesses, not the chamber. I
Okay,
think they've done it with the businesses.
Okay, okay.
I think the city needs to be more involved in our businesses and helping out where we need to be helped out. I mean, we're struggling, there's a PAD has got a grant that helps refurbish a bunch of the frontage, and they'll go up to, they say less than $1 million, that they will put into the frontage of these buildings.
And that's
Right,
pad
so many
money?
PAD money.
Okay.
And this could go through the city, that we could get this approved, and it's not something that they wanna address. It's not, we don't have the money, we can't match it, and nobody seems to be, they wanna go in and figure out a way to make it happen. I've got enough stuff on my plate,
I was just
I don't wanna
curious
go,
what.
I mean,
your
and that's
thoughts
only
were.
one of the things, there's so much other that we could be doing as a city to support our community. We give tax breaks, there's so many towns that give tax breaks and incentives to bring businesses into town. You know, what we're doing right now, we're working at coming up with an ordinance to clean up some of this stuff. But we're gonna have to figure out how to incentivize people to come in and put a business in. They cannot afford to put in $200,000 into a building to fix it up and then try to run a small business on it. You can't do that. So the city's gonna have to figure out how to give some tax breaks. We're gonna have to wipe out some RSVP loans. We have, that kind of stuff. The city can help.
Okay, I was just curious.
But yeah, I mean, there's ways the city can help their businesses. Our downtown is just.
Yeah, and we know what it looks like.
Yeah.
They did that quite a few years ago, and the only one that really participated was Harry Warren on your building.
Mm-hmm.
Because they wanted to take off and go back to the regional.
There's money, that PAD, there's money to reroute the frontage of these buildings, to help reroute and reseal these buildings. There's money there, but the problem is we have to match it. That's where the problem is. So how do you do that? So,
Can you match it with volunteer hours?
No.
No,
There
that's
are,
not,
there used to be some that you could do some pieces of matching of help,
I mean,
volunteer
that's
help.
how Northwest
but a lot of
Community
that's
Action has
done.
run the program for
Yeah,
years.
they do have some programs that do
In
that.
kind.
A lot of them don't do a lot in.
Cause we've got a lot of volunteers out there working. Just like, well, on the pool,
yeah, okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
volunteers are fixing the pool, correct?
Park board's
I mean, I'm just
struggling to
saying,
get
is there an
members, the
in-kind that
golf
can be
board's
used?
struggling to get members, or the
I'm-
city council struggling to get members. or-
I'm just saying,
I
is that a
understand.
possibility to ask
Yeah.
Pat? If you can use in-kind hours?
I don't think for these, certain
There
ones
are
there
some
are.
out there, but
Certain
there's not
ones
a
there
lot
are.
anymore.
Not this one, there's-
The question been asked?
Yes,
Okay, I'm just questioning, sorry.
that's okay.
So when is your official meeting?
Our next chamber meeting?
Yeah, when do
We changed our meetings to Tuesdays, the first Tuesday of the month.
It's the
Here,
second.
Or the second.
It's the-
second Tuesday or the first?
No,
We changed it to the first Tuesdays because
Yeah, but
Shiley is
June
working.
second.
Yeah,
what I
so,
meant,
yeah,
yeah.
okay. Like, so June second at 5:45 down here at the library is when the chamber meets, the first Tuesday, 5:45.
So, we should have a discussion.
If
So
I
we
can,
get-
if I
so,
were-
to pick a liaison for, for the chamber and do this all in one motion. If you're on board with it, are you? So first Tuesday at 5:45. And you're already representing your business.
Yeah, I am a member of the chamber, I am not on the board. So I could be a liaison for the
Oh.
chamber if you so wish. I am a liaison for the board.
So are we voting this down cause of this, or are we voting 200?
I think
and
so.
don't need
No,
this?
uh-uh,
I'm
no.
confused.
No, that goes
Okay,
towards
well,
the
we need a
200.
finish of a motion.
Right,
is all I
so
need.
that's what I was saying, is we need to pick a liaison and do this all in one motion.
So, table it till next meeting, is that what
Well,
we're
didn't you just say you would volunteer?
Yeah, I can do
Why
it.
didn't you say volunteer?
Yes,
Right.
I would be more than happy to stay. Do that.
You wanna do that, put that in a motion then?
I move that I become the liaison for the chamber. Can I do that myself?
And that we
And
we
approve
approve the
the
200.
well, it'd be the $72, now, right?
71.48,
And 71.48 for
Yeah.
the,
I think that makes it.
for advertising.
Okay. Do I have a second?
Also,
Been moved and seconded, call roll.
Crum,
Yes.
Gaston.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Public comment, Lola, you're up.
Comments, they're all questions.
Huh?
I don't have comments, I only have questions.
That's okay. I
No,
have some.
you
We don't answer
have
any
questions.
questions, at
You
this
might
point.
wanna answer mine.
Okay, so there's a 3-minute time limit for any public comment.
Well, then I have two comments. Well, I kinda like to know what's going on with the nursing home. I know you guys approved appraisal. The mayor does not give us the phone number to the head of Cascades. We can't even talk to him. And so I'm just wondering what's going on, because our current lease is up the 1st of June, I think. And we have not been able to get any information from anybody. And, there's a lot of rumors, I heard today it was sold. And I'm kinda disgusted, I'm kinda upset that you won't even talk to the board. I mean, we're supposed to be appointed to do this, and I've been doing it for 100 years, give or take a few. And it's kinda like, well, I guess if you don't trust us, maybe you don't even need a board, if the city's gonna run it. And the other thing is planning commission. You presented us with an ordinance for a mobile home. I bet you didn't read our minutes from when we had our meeting. Did you see in there where we requested a meeting with you? Yeah, it's in there, that we requested because I've got several questions. For example, is this, we have, single wides always have to have a conditional use permit. In other words, their neighbors have to approve. Double wides, they can be put in like a house, of course. So, this proposed ordinance said they had an 18-foot width minimum and 900 square feet. I don't have a problem with that. But, then you go in to have mobile home permits, and you go into inspections. Well, you don't have any qualified inspectors, and I don't know what the person of the permit is, because there's houses in a lot worse shape than those mobile homes in town. So we only approved the first 2 pages, we stopped and we're, did permits, and that's in our minutes. So this public hearing is only gonna be over the first 2 pages, where we have a size, which is 18 foot, and I don't have a problem with that. But I don't know if any of you are aware of that. And so, when we have a public hearing, we will have a public hearing on what we've approved, because we can't get any input from the city. To me, it only applies to single wides, because we already approved double wides. And they have to be set on the foundation, and all that good stuff. So, I guess, I think the lack of communication is quite healthy. And that's 2 of the boards I'm on, so no, I don't need to be on another one. But, you know, that's my concerns, is the lack of communication. And it'd be kinda nice to know who, when, what, where, and why.
So I'm a liaison with the,
Hold on, this is public comment, so.
I can't address it.
You can, but you have to take your turn.
Do I have any time left?
No,
Got shut
Well,
down with my question that one night.
You can make public comment, but you have 3 minutes just like everyone else.
Well, that's pretty much, cause I'm pretty, well, I don't know, if ever we're from holy hell mad to sad that we can't have better communication on both of these boards. So, that's my 2 cents worth.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anyone else?
And I was up all night thinking about it, so there.
Anyone else?
I do have comments.
Okay.
I just wanna say I'm not very happy with how Swan is being run. It's always full, and then so you haul stuff out there, and then you have to haul it back home. And it's just really frustrating.
You're not alone.
What are we paying for then?
That's not really Swan's fault, though,
No,
cause they
but-
pick it up twice a week.
Then maybe they need to pick it up 3
Yeah.
times.
Then, yeah, that'd have to be taken to Swan. I mean, I'm sorry, my husband works for Swan
Okay.
and they're hardworking guys.
Well, I understand
What
that,
are you
it's just
saying?
really frustrating when I last
Oh.
been asked to strip siding off my garage, and then it has to sit in my driveway for a week until there's room for it.
You could always, just, this is my comment, you can always take it to Chagrin. I know, but if it's full here, you can
Yeah.
take it to Chagrin and dump it there. I know, but
I
it's
go to
better than
Chagrin
sitting,
once every 2 months, but I'll have to think about that.
better than sitting in your driveway,
Yeah.
but it's, yeah.
So,
She works 24.
since we didn't have a SWAN report, I will answer that question.
Okay.
So, Martha's right, you can take it to Chadron, you can take it to Whitney, you can take it to Harrison.
Yeah.
Because as a SWAN customer, you can go to any site that's, covered under SWAN, so Hemmingford, Chadron.
Everybody else takes it to the community building. I've watched them dump.
Well, and there's a big blue box outside of the old office that is for construction material only in Chagrin. You don't have to go through the weigh station. If it's closed and you're able to get over there, you can do that.
And we are trying to address the contractors that are, we're trying to figure out a way to just make them haul to Chadron instead of filling up our city site dumpsters.
And I agree, or make them rent a dumpster.
Yes, there is that option.
That's what Troy does, he brings them the big blue roll pops.
Yes. So, as far as, the other stuff, I would like to address you, Raylene, so I'm starting to talk. So, we still haven't got the appraisal back, so that's just sitting, we're
Well,
just
when
sitting
you
in
approved the
limbo.
appraisal, you didn't even say it was revealed on the agenda, it was kind of a secret. It said approval of appraisal, period.
But they did address it verbally in the meeting.
They addressed it, but the villa was never spoken, the villa was never named until Edmonds, the attorney, mouthed it out.
Hmm.
So people out here knew. You can go back and read watch the video.
This is public stuff, huh?
No,
It's not a
you're
secret.
absolutely right, and we're not,
Okay.
but the fact is that the villa is $800,000+
I
in
know.
debt.
And you know where it started? Not any of you, but a council member a few years
I
ago
remember.
started.
And as far as the planning commission, the ordinance that we're hoping with the trailer ordinance is it does pretty much, in not any specific terms, say that only double wides are allowed to come to town. That's pretty much what the ordinance is gonna,
What?
say. 18 feet wide, there are no single,
That is a single one.
no, it's not. They are not 18 feet wide because they're not allowed to go down the road that wide.
I don't know, but double wide, and we allow double wides now.
Right.
But you cannot eliminate mobile homes in town, because that's discriminatory. If you have a mobile home park,
We're not
Maybe.
eliminating them, what we're saying is if you wanna bring one to town, it's gotta be pretty much brand new. That's what that
I
ordinance
don't-
is saying.
have a problem with, new with the seal and blah, blah, blah. But,
This is state statute,
I know, I got a copy of it.
and this is the exact ordinance that what you had in front of you is the exact ordinance that Shadron has adopted.
But they have a mobile home park.
We never intended to,
Well, that's some of the stuff you needed to clear up with us. Cause we couldn't figure out where this is, cause Adam wanted where it's gonna go in our planning commission stuff. So, it's been very unclear of what you really thought you wanted.
my intention is just the first part of it, which is, the
To the permits.
18 feet wide, 900 square feet, the pitched roof, that, yeah.
And the other thing is that,
The rest of it, Adam doesn't even think that that's probably legal. Shadron just adopted it and they're just waiting for somebody to take him to court.
but it also said no metal roofs. But houses can have metal roofs, why can't a trailer? Especially one that wide.
I think it's galvanized metal.
It didn't say that.
Okay, we'll have to address that. Anyway, we're out of time for that.
So I guess I do want to say.
Okay?
What was my bet? Was 622?
Mayor, you lost. Go ahead, Carrie.
About the villa, I mean, I thought a lot about it, they are, yes, it is a huge debt. I don't know how it can be paid off any other way. I mean, I think, other than to sell it. I see that Hemingford just got bought out, the 6th of May, or somewhere real close to the 1st of May. Bridgeport's been bought out for Cascade. I mean, maybe this is the answer, but I've never been able to tell anybody that, yeah, maybe that is a good idea, because it's never brought out in public, it's a secret to me, I mean, it's not.
Well, we don't have an offer on the table.
The
That's
first
the first
step is to
thing we
get
heard.
I think it should have just been more
appraisal.
open to say these are some of our thoughts.
Can I comment?
Cause I don't know how you guys are all talking enough to approve an appraisal that's on the agenda for just an appraisal, and yet you were all talking among each other, not to the audience, and it was approved. I mean, how do you do that?
There was there's interest in buying it, and we have no idea what
Are you
what
buying
it's
the
worth.
building or the business? They're two different things.
I think they would go hand in hand.
Anyway, I'll go off let me go off my 3 minutes, cause I've said
Okay.
enough, but I just want you to know that,
Mhm.
just be more open, be more transparent.
There just hasn't been a lot.
But there has
is-
been a
there
lot,
is-
it's
there
just
is a-
beginning stages.
There's a lot of rumors, can I talk now?
That's the reason.
There's a lot of
rumors.
rumors, there's a lot of hearsay, we can't say what we don't know, we don't know. We don't know, we haven't had an appraisal, we haven't had a bid back, we haven't had anybody give us an amount, we don't know, it's an option. It's
a
an
big-
option we wish to talk and look into, we have not decided one way or the other. When we come to that point, we will make it a public meeting. But we
It was the
don't, no, I'm
beginning,
talking,
though.
please, we do not know what we don't know. And it's hard to come up and explain it to you guys when we just be feeding full of BS. So to
Well,
tell
what-
us
what
that
you're
we're
s-
just sitting, I'm speaking, please.
But what you're
When
saying
we
is
sit
helpful.
here, and you're accusing us of hiding stuff, we're not, yes you are.
I said.
Yes,
not
you are. You were
transparent.
telling me you're not being transparent. We're hiding stuff from you. We're not hiding anything from you. We don't know ourselves. It's a thought. It's a work in progress. When we have the numbers and we have a solid plan that we can put before the community and we can all decide as one, we'll do that.
Just
But
go back
please
to
don't
the,
accuse us of doing stuff that is not true. I'm deeply offended.
I am sorry.
I'm offended you won't even talk to the board and say, we really don't know but we ordered this, we don't have it yet.
It was never brought up. You never brought this up to me, Raylene. You never, when we had our meetings, you never brought this up.
Do I have to bring it up?
Yes, you
You're
have
the
to bring this
liaison.
up, cause I don't have any information.
Well, I
And
don't
there's no
either.
information
I
to be
don't even
given.
know if I
If
need to
I'm
bring
living
it up.
on rumors, then I can give you all kinds of rumors. I don't have any information. They don't have any information. We've reached out, okay? As far as it's gone. When we hear back and we got some numbers, we will promote. We are not gonna make this decision ourselves. This is a city entity. It is owned by the city, and we are within our right to make that, but we will not make that decision. I promise you that. I will make sure that won't happen.
Well, last time we signed the contract also, the board.
Well, this is owned by the city.
I know.
Okay,
But
you are an advisor.
we're supposed to be an appointed board.
You are appointed, but
Yeah.
you are an
But
advisory
when we
board.
did the last contract, we were included in all of the discussions. And we all signed the contract.
We haven't even gotten that far.
Well, I know, but
Okay, my 3 minutes are up. I'm done with my close. I gotta get a drink.
Okay, anybody else? Jody? You're the only one that, or not Jody, sorry. Jody, sorry.
I had
Sorry,
some
I
in the
was-
beginning, totally different, and I forgot what it was.
Right.
Except that summer's coming, Jody's been in already, so he's working on
Yep, he's been
people
measuring
that need to clean up their,
Good for Jody.
Yeah.
Good for him.
yeah. And he would be here, but he has a hard time hearing and understanding you guys.
Oh.
So, even with a hearing aid, so that's why he doesn't come.
Sure. Okay. Lola, I mean, you're the only one here that hasn't spoken, so.
We are paying the sheriff's 21,000 now instead of 18. Just wonder why. That's a question.
and
No,
I'm not even gonna.
it's 17,
$18,016.64. That's what the contract says.
I know it by the big number, it's 118,000.
right. So, the only reason that it went up, cause I was at that meeting a year ago. And the only reason that it went up was because, well, I'm sick and tired of hearing about how Crawford doesn't buy him a stupid car every couple of years, cause that was the original contract. And we decided that they should that we'll just pay, and then every however many years that the sheriff decides, they can buy a stinking truck. But we're not in a position to, I mean, what do you want me to do?
That's not what I asked.
No, this is what I told Jeff. I said, you want me to just call Creighton and find some junker police car and we'll just buy it and give it to you? And, you know, they're the professionals, right? So they should pick the truck, they should get it outfitted, and so why should we even have that in the contract? So we got rid of that, and that's why it went up.
Read your contract that went into effect in August of 25.
I
And
did
the
read
number says $18,016.64. And that's it. We have they do whatever that world they wanna do with it.
Yes.
Well, the check in the last bills was $21,024, and I wanna know why it's $3,000 higher.
I don't remember signing that.
I can easily look that up,
Okay.
feel free to ring me, I'll look it up.
Okay.
The police contract and the fire contract both went up, as we all know.
Well, why did that's what I wanna know, why did it go up? Cause it says in the contract, it's good for 4 years, and it can be renegotiated, but nobody said anything about renegotiating.
Yeah.
It hasn't even been a year.
We can renegotiate, I think, the first of the year, this year.
Cause I think that was done right, that last negotiation was done before I came on board.
or
So I
right
might
at,
have forgotten.
yeah. It
It
was,
was like right before.
I think it was
So-
June last year when we sat down and talked it all out.
Don't you have a copy of the contract?
Of course,
Yeah.
right here.
Read it.
Here you go.
Well, I don't carry it with me.
But yeah, I can look up any of it.
Okay, alright. Now I got my, now we go home.
Okay.
Everybody's talking.
Anybody else?
Talking about something to say.
Alright, moving on to number 11, approved bills, claims, requisition orders, and transfers. Do I have a motion?
I'll make that motion. We approve bills, requisition orders, and transfers.
I'll second the motion.
It's been moved and seconded, please call roll.
Cron,
Yes.
Gaston,
Yes.
Dean.
Yes. Okay, we are adjourned.
Oh,
You have to have a motion.
Motion.
to adjourn. I'll make
Pen-
a motion ready.
With their amplifier.
Gaston,
Yes.
Dean.
Yes.
We are adjourned. 7:10.
I'll bring that up for the park board one for that, for you, when we tell them to use on a regular basis, in the back seconds. And I also was thinking of coming. Yeah? Somebody said no.
She's actually.
What do you need to?
Yeah, there's nothing over. Nothing over.
I'm like, just waiting for you to take the. I have a whole bunch.
Okay, good.